And welcome back to the program. And I bring in Ryan Horvat, who is on a bit of a Christmas vacation, would you say?
Bender, some would call it. Vacation, some would call it. I've been back home for way too long, actually. A week straight. There's not a whole lot to do here. Well, I'm coming to the fine land of Wisconsin tomorrow. No, the next day. I'm coming on Friday for the big one. Packers Vikings playoff game, Lambeau Field.
You're going
Never
to
a
be
doubt.
there?
Never a doubt, dude. Yeah, remember we've been talking about this for the last 2 months. I was trying to sell my tickets because the team was dog crap, and I thought that this game would mean absolutely nothing. I thought that it would be Jordan Love going against the backup for the Minnesota Vikings, who've already clinched the division. They're not going to win the NFC. So I got lucky that this game actually means something. I obviously hate the Vikings, so I'm pretty jacked for it, dude. Uh, Also, could be Aaron Rodgers' final start at Lambeau Field, which I know will make some
Don't.
people happy. Hey, that's what Stink says. That's what Mark Schlereth is saying. I can see it.
Mark Schlereth called your boy Zach Zackerson Matrix.
Wait, hold on. We'll get back to that because I just feel like now there's a landing spot for Aaron Rodgers. Don't you? I think it all just makes sense.
Vegas?
Now. Yeah, and I think that was always like the last dance, and I think Devontae went there knowing Derek Carr stinks. I don't know that this was like pre-planned, but I think that's if I was a betting man, which I am, and that market becomes available, and it's like anything better than 8-1, I'll sprinkle a little bit on that. I think Aaron Rodgers ends up in Vegas throwing touchdowns to Devontae Adams next year. Jordan Love takes over starting quarterback.
Like I talk a lot about how I don't like Aaron Rodgers and I want off this ride, but him teaming up with Devontae in Vegas would be the absolute worst thing that could happen.
Yeah, I would root for them, but I'll tell you, man, like I've gotten to the point I love Aaron Rodgers probably more than anybody. If he has to go and it's anybody other than Jordan Love, I think I'll be pissed off. Unless it's like C.J. Stroud, but they're not going to end up with a high enough draft pick. Although who knows, man? Maybe one of these guys slips. If Will Levis is really going to be the first quarterback taken, I'm just in on. I want it to be Jordan Love if it's not going to be Rodgers. I know people think I'm a Jordan Love hater. I'm not. Love Jordan Love. Just don't want to see Jordan Love because I like Rodgers. So hopefully something crazy happens. They run the table. If they get into the playoffs, I don't hate these matchups, man. I mean, the Niners defense is tough. Rodgers is eventually going to beat San Francisco. I could see them going there, winning that game. And then how healthy is Jalen Hurts? How healthy is anybody on that offensive line? So my thing is here. I don't know if I've told you this. I see how this all plays out, though. Green Bay is going to do everything that they need to do. So the Packers will beat Minnesota, and then they'll beat the Lions, obviously, next week at Lambeau. But what's going to happen is the Commanders will probably lose to the Browns, or they'll beat the Browns because Deshaun Watson's crap. Carson Wentz will go in there and beat them. Or week 18, McCarthy will get his revenge, man, because they've already clinched a playoff spot. So what if he just benches everybody? And we don't want to see Green Bay down the road. I'm not losing to Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur. And then he sits everybody against Washington and allows Washington.
Well, Washington's got to beat the Browns then.
Well, that's what I mean. We're big. If you want Green Bay to get in, you're a big Brown.
I don't like Aaron Rodgers publicly saying "Go Browns." This is what I said earlier this week. We're the Green Bay Packers.
Because he knows that. Because I think he knows that McCarthy will do that, and he'll F him over.
I just my big thing is I just don't like that we're acting like the Lions this year. It's like we're better than this.
We are, but we weren't the first 8 weeks of the season. Which, man, I don't know. I mean, you could say the defense. I mean, the defense. Let's be honest, huge letdown, and they stink. But man, are they much better when the offense actually sustains some drives? The problem with the defense was they were on the field all game, every game, because they would be 3rd and 2, and we still get that 4th and 2, and we get the Aaron Rodgers shot play. Which, if I ever had a complaint about Aaron Rodgers, it's that fucking shot play. It's that 3rd and 2, 4th and 2. You have A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. You don't run the ball, or you don't hit the open man. It's one-on-one.
Well, that's what cost them the playoffs last year, yeah, and they keep doing it.
Reminds me of the Carlton, the half-court heave, and he misses at the buzzer. But no, I'm jacked, man. So I've been home for a week. I think I've went out every single night. We were at the casino last night. I won some money, won all my bowl games. If anybody's listening to this before Notre Dame plays on Friday, are we dropping this before tomorrow at 2:15 by chance?
This will be a Friday 5 a.m. droppage.
Oh, sweet. Bet. My buddy just texted me, dude, I feel like dog crap. Yeah, you asked me to borrow $500 too last night. I think that everybody out there, if you have to buy a 3, do it. Take South Carolina against my Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I think that's the best bet.
Are you guys getting Sam Hartman or what?
Yeah, you see that? I'm really excited. Notre Dame, I've been complaining about this since we've met. Well, since I've been a kid. They've never had a quarterback I've actually liked. Like, I liked Brady Quinn, but the guy wouldn't stop doing fucking bicep curls, and so then he couldn't throw a football because his arms
were you not old enough for Rick Meyer?
I was a kid for Rick Meyer. And then remember, he was a Bear. Can't root for a Bear.
Yeah.
Although I do like Justin Fields. But yeah, so hey, maybe if we rented a house, if you want to come up to the game, it's gonna be a good time. We got 4 extra bedrooms. My mom rented this like 8-bedroom house, and it's just me and my brother going to the game. And I think my wife
in Green Bay.
So we're in Oshkosh.
Why you might as well stay in Joliet?
Because my mom tried to book it too late, and she's like, "What about Oshkosh?" And I said, "That's fine actually, because there's like 4 bars that I really like there." And then, I've stayed in Green Bay.
Oshkosh, I don't fuck with Oshkosh. I don't like Oshkosh, man.
Whoa, how come?
I grew up in Fondy. Oshkosh is like Oshkosh. There's nothing. I just hate it.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna watch the college football playoff, wake up, go to the game. But there was nothing available in Green Bay because now this game is the hottest ticket.
Oshkosh is 40 miles away, man.
It's a fucking 40-minute drive. It's definitely Joliet is a 3.5-hour drive, 4-hour drive. Do you think that this? Well, here's the thing. This becomes because my mom. We thought that nobody was going to go to this fucking game. This game was supposed to mean absolutely nothing. Now, would you agree? I'd say this is the hottest ticket in the National Football League this weekend. What's a bigger game this weekend? This is a playoff game. I mean,
there are a lot of weird ass games.
Yeah, I was looking at the schedule. I was like, man, I really don't care about missing any of these live because the only game I'm excited for, other than Green Bay, Minnesota, is the Cincy game, Cincy Buffalo. That's Monday Night Football.
Monday night, yeah.
That game's going to be awesome. I bet some Josh Allen MVP just in case he wins that game. I think he wins the. Well, I don't know, Mahomes. Fucking Mahomes. Anyway.
Let me rip through these games. I want to talk more Devontae in a minute. We'll do that when we get to the Raiders. We are brought to you, our picks every week, by Golden Chicken and Hale's Corners. Geez, if you're going to stay in Oshkosh, you might as well just stay in the back room at Hale's Corners.
No, we'll be we'll be going to Golden Chicken, though. I'll be calling them 414-427-5500. I'll be getting probably 8 to 10 chicken breasts, a couple large fries. You know what? Coming up on Friday, so I've been talking about this. Fish fry. They don't have fish fry on the East Coast, man.
Oh, they got the breaded cod fillets at Golden Chicken.
I remember our old program director, Tom Parker, when I first got the job, he was talking about like where he was from, and he was like, "Yeah, you know what? I like it here in Wisconsin because I feel like I'm back home. We do like the fish fries on Friday." And I remember leaving that meeting, and I was like, "Doesn't everybody do fish fries on Friday?" And then I moved frickin' the East Coast, and no fish fries, man. Sucks.
And you can get chicken and cod. You can get you can match and mix and match and dance, and they got catering all the time. GoldenChickenHC.com.
They got mini tacos too. Get the mini tacos. Tell them Horvat sent you.
So am I going to see you, or I never end up seeing you?
Well, we could hang out. Well, you just ripped Oshkosh, so we get.
What are you doing Friday? Where are you going Friday?
Well, we're going to stop and see my uncle in Ripon, Wisconsin, if you want to take a ride to Ripon.
Birthplace of the Republican Party. You're like dancing around Fond du Lac.
I'll come and hang out for a little bit. My wife wants to go see her friends.
I'm going to the Bucks game Friday night. And then the casino.
So I was going to go to the Bucks-Bulls game last night. And
oh, fuck you and your Bulls, dude. What is with Adam Ammon or whoever the announcer is? These guys, the way that they think Grayson Allen like murdered all their kids, it's weird. Yeah, like every time a Bulls announcer broadcasts a Bucks game, they're doing performance art. They're doing what I did when I would try to court women, is that I'd be in a room and I'd like tell jokes, but I'd tell it at a heightened voice so that I would get noticed. And that's what the Bulls announcers do against the Bucks. They're like, instead of just saying, "Oh man, Grayson Allen, he's kind of dirty," they go, "And in what country could Grayson be allowed to live in Rome amongst the commoners? He is a mortifying villain."
I don't really claim them as my Bulls though, because they traded Derrick Rose, and I said I'm done with this freaking team. So I root for the Bucks more than I root for the Bulls. I root for the Milwaukee Bucks, and I root for I don't know if you know this, my Orlando Magic. I bet I hate the Heat. You know this. I bet the Magic 250-1 to win that conference, and then they went on this like 5-game win streak, and they were down to like 50-1. But I hate the Heat so much. You know who scares me? You know who would scare me if I was you, other than Boston? Might be time to buy in on some Nets stock.
Brooklyn, yeah, I agree. The less shit that happens off the court, they are just playing basketball now, and
Kevin Durant, man.
But it's their role players. See, our like Grayson and Pat Connaughton, they're sucking. They're getting big minutes out of Royce O'Neal.
That's the thing, dude. The role players are stepping up right now. I still think the Bucks win in a 7-game series. You also notice this: Giannis is like hated now around the league. I follow. Well, I don't. I mean, I know some Nets fans, and they call Giannis like a dirty player. And,
he's fake humble, is what everyone says.
Yeah, man, he's been taking some heat this year. Don't you feel like Giannis is kind of like?
Yeah. We built him up. He had a movie. I mean, he got built up, and so now in America, we build him. We love to build him up, and then we love to tear him down. It's the most American thing ever. I realized this at a very early age. We love underdogs becoming the hero. Like we loved Gonzaga for years, and now that they're top ranked, we hate them. I mean, we do that with teams, we do it with players, we do it with people, we do it with actors. We build them up and tear them down. It's so fucked up, but that's what we do.
See, and I'm going to bring this back to Aaron Rodgers because I'll always be a fan of guys like Giannis and Aaron Rodgers because they're just not like every other robot athlete. I think they're good people. If you have exchanges with them, I think they're interesting people. Giannis is probably a better person, but what I like about them is if you mess with them, they'll rip your head off. And that's what I like about Giannis. I don't think Giannis is dirty. I just think that, I mean, Giannis was getting freaking murdered every time he went to the rim for 6 years. He didn't start getting calls until last year. He still doesn't get every single whistle.
Yeah, and they're calling him. The league's out to get him, man. They're calling him at 10.5 on a 10-second free throw. Like,
yeah. Well, I just think it's funny when I'm on Twitter and I see like people ripping into Giannis. I'm like, how the hell do you hate Giannis, man? Like, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Anyway, we can get to the picks.
So the game on Thursday night, the Cowboys go to the Titans. The Titans, it doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what Jacksonville does. In Week 18, that's going to be the game to decide the AFC South and probably will be the Sunday night game. Dallas coming in as a 13-point favorite now. No Ryan Tannehill. I don't think Henry played. I took Dallas to actually cover that number, so we'll see.
Yeah, same, because the game means absolutely nothing for Tennessee, like you said, and for Dallas, might as well just stack some wins.
And it'll probably be the highest-rated Amazon Prime game of the year, even though it doesn't mean anything. Just like when the Cowboys played the Colts, it was like the top Sunday night football game of the year, and the Colts stink. But
hey, how about Joe Buck and Scott Van Pelt just hating each other? Did you see
I don't think that was what it was. I think that was it looked playful when I watched it. The things written about it were worse than what it was.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't
like Joe and Troy at ESPN. They seem like they came in there cock of the walk, like
that's what I mean.
I don't like them at ESPN.
That's what I mean. I've been following SVP. I've been his biggest fan since I was like 8 years old. I think that I think there was something there. But anyway, yeah, Cowboys all day.
All right, a lot of bird matchups again. The Cardinals take on the Falcons. Holy fuck, are they going to air this game? Honestly.
Yeah.
The Falcons are a 3-point favorite at home. Sure. I mean, why? I don't even want to communicate this game with you. Why?
I think I'm going to take Arizona. I think Arizona is going to win this game. For some reason, Arizona a much better team on the road. I don't even know who the hell their quarterback is. If it's Colt McCoy or Trace McSorley. I've been binge drinking all week, but I can tell you this: J.J. Watt is finally retiring. Thank God. You know they're going to win a couple games, and he's going to go out on top. So give me the Cardinals +3.
So my take when I did CBS Sports Radio this week, I don't know if you heard it, but I was talking about J.J. Watt, and I've always shit on J.J. Watt, but I said, I framed it well. I said, look, J.J. retired. He's going to get the most attention here. He picked the right time. Okay. Yeah. But if you're sad that he's retiring, don't be. He will be the next Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He will be everywhere. And then people are like, oh, Bart, Cliff Kingsbury says, yeah, I could see him and The Rock doing movies together. J.J. Watt is going to be like Michael Strahan plus The Rock. He will be on all the football shows. He will be in all the movies. Yeah. He will host the ESPYs every year. They'll call him the Waddies. All the awards will go to Derek and TJ and his brick house dad and his fucking mom.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. I agree. And
They'll
he'll be
be
like,
slinging Subway and hosting ultimate tag tournaments. Ultimate tag is going to be the commissioner will be JJ, and it's actually going to get bigger than football.
like Gronk. And I got a hot take. Gronk fucking sucks. Like Gronk, like if they like let him be Gronk, this would be fun. On Fox and shit, like give me somebody with a brain and a fucking clue. Like I don't want to hear, oh, I love Travis Kelce. He's a tight end. I'm a tight end. Touchdown. Like, give me somebody with some goddamn brain cells on there. Give me more Nate Burleson. I don't need more fucking JJ Watts. And
two people I need off TV. Beth Mowins, who did the Badger game, and says everything like this.
I always think it's Doris.
Yeah, but it's like worse. And then Mark Sanchez, who thinks he's an episode of Family Guy because every 5 seconds that he like does cutaways he's the worst. He is just the worst.
You know who's awesome is Greg Olson. I've become a big Greg Olson fan.
Huge Greg Olson fan.
Good dude.
Brady should not be kicking him out. You can add Brady to that booth if you want, but do not kick. What are you going to put Greg Olson with? Is Dick Stockton still around?
I've been a big Greg Olson fan since I heard the 7th Floor Crew song where he called himself Third Leg Greg, you know?
All right. Bears and Lions. Lions were everybody's favorite team. They are a 6-point favorite against the Bears. I think the Bears are going to continue to lose. I remember that week they beat they lost to the Dolphins, and Bears Nation was celebrating like we did when Rodgers came in for Favre against the Cowboys. Because even though you lost, you had your quarterback of the future. Well, that's all well and good, but they've lost 8 straight, and I think they just continue to lose. So I'm gonna take the Lions to cover the 6.
I took the Bears. This is one of my favorite games. I think I'm with you. I think the Bears continue to lose. I think they lose this game, but I think they'll compete. I think they'll be in it until the end. Then they'll just throw a terrible interception. You know, the Bears aren't good, but they're competing right now. I think the Bears are heading in the right direction, dude. I was looking at this. They have like $127 million in free cap or something. I think they're going to surround Justin Fields with some weapons. They'll probably still suck because they are the Bears, and the Packers are officially back, wide receivers of the future, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson. But back to this game, love the Bears to cover. I think the Lions are going to kind of fall apart here down the stretch, and I think Green Bay is going to beat them up pretty bad next week too.
I am going to take, and this is ridiculous, but I'm going to do it. Kansas City is a 12.5-point favorite over the Broncos. This is my double cluck of the week.
Uh-oh.
I'm taking Kansas City by 25.
Yeah.
What was that? 13? Somewhere around 25. The Broncos have hired as their interim coach, Jerry Rossberg. Here's how they hired their interim coach.
Who's
you
that?
know how people do white elephant gifts and you can steal?
Yeah.
Jerry Rossberg was the first one that opened the white elephant gift that said, "You are the Broncos coach," and no one would steal it from him. Nobody on that staff wants to be associated with this era of Broncos football and how Russell's like, I wish I played better for Hackett. Bro, you suck. And Hackett was terrible.
Sucks.
Clearly only hired to try to get Rodgers. The Broncos have nothing to play for. Kansas City sees, if you see your Broncos are supposed to be a Super Bowl contender. So they're going to come in here week 17, Kansas City just fucking around. They're going to be like, Mahomes and these guys are going to be like, all right, people love me. Kelsey, people love you. Juju and Pacheco, they're going to be like, we're the Kansas City Chiefs. We're at home against a shitty team, and it's the fantasy football championships. Let's rack up the fucking score and get everybody to love us even more. Kansas City is going to beat Denver by 25 points. This is my double cluck of the century.
How did we not see Nathaniel Hackett like being a disaster just coming? Because I remember like we would always be like, what the fuck does like Getsy and Hackett, like what do these guys actually do though? Because LaFleur calls the plays, right?
Nothing.
And I'd be like, hey, let's learn more about Nathaniel Hackett. And it'd be, oh, he loves gold and he loves Austin Powers. And I'm like, yeah, but like what does the guy do? Like other than he likes Austin Powers. And then they show those clips and it's just him like quoting Anchorman. Like I see why Rodgers likes him. Guy's a goofball. But he sucked. And Russ sucks. And I want to take a little time out here. You know, I don't usually like to do this, but I'm going to shout myself out. Go on the advanced Twitter search if you want. We used to do this thing where it drove me nuts that people in Wisconsin, there were like 50% of the people that liked Russell Wilson more than Aaron Rodgers. Remember when he wasn't liked because he drank scotch and like he was becoming Rodgers, you know, so everybody started hating him and everybody's like, wish we had Russell Wilson. ultimate team guy. And I kept telling everybody, I said, this guy is a phony. He's a fake. You and I. I'll never forget. Beats the Packers in that NFC Championship game, does nothing in the game, throws 4 fucking picks in the game, and then God wanted me to win. God wanted me to win. Even Rodgers is like, I don't think God cares too much about football games on Sundays. I hate Russ. He's a fraud guy. Oh, I'm not going to have sex until I'm married. Oh, like what a loser. And
usually it's the other way around.
Well, all I'm saying is the guy turned, like, everybody hates him.
Usually you have a bunch of sex, then you get married.
They hate his guts.
Yeah.
And he's a fraud. He's a phony. And so I'm with you. I usually don't take the Chiefs when they're big favorites. I think they beat the shit out of the Broncos this week, and then I think they sit everybody next week because that's what Andy Reid likes to do. I think Mahomes, my double cluck of the week, I think Mahomes throws 5 touchdown passes in this game, and unfortunately probably wraps up the MVP because I bet Josh Allen. But yeah, I'm with you. Chiefs by 100.
I also have Mahomes and Kelsey. I paired them together in a dynasty league, so I need them.
Who is their interim coach? Who is this guy?
I didn't know. I just said his name 2 minutes ago. I forgot the name. I think it's Rossberg. I was on Gelb's show, and I'm like, have they hired a guy yet? And the guy whispers in my ear. I'm like, just tell me. And he goes, oh, it's Jerry Rossberg. And I go, that's not a real person.
Yeah, I would have been like, yeah, they hired Mitch Cumstate, and just so you said it on air or something like that. I think what every team should do. I think a new rule in the NFL should be. I know everybody shit on the Colts, but I kind of get a kick out of watching Jeff Saturday try to manage the clock. I think the rule should be if you fire a coach in season, you have to like bring on like a former player or like an analyst that has. Like,
I think they should have made Russ player coach.
Like if LaFleur gets canned, I think they should bring like Ellerson in to coach for the rest of the season.
All right, this is his first ever time as a head coach. He's 67 years old. You should know him. He was the cornerbacks and special teams coordinator 1999 and 2000 at Notre Dame.
Oh God, yeah, Jesus. Well, that
a longtime special teams coordinator with the Ravens.
That says everything that you need to know. I don't know who this guy is. They clearly are just like, fuck it. Let's lose some games.
So yeah, I'm taking Kansas City. I'm taking them big.
Yeah, Chiefs. I don't know that, man. Yeah.
Patriots, 3-point favorites against the Dolphins and Teddy Bridgewater. Mike McDaniel realized that Tua got a concussion after he was watching film and was like, something's weird here. How did we not? I feel weird. I feel like we watched Tua, then we watched him melt down in the second half, and we just all thought he sucked. And was like, see, told you he sucked. And then he was concussed. Yeah, how did we not realize that in the moment? Like, something's not right here with Tua. He's throwing to the wrong color almost on purpose.
Yeah, it makes the Jair interview a little bit more funny. Did you see that? He's like, and I was like, oh man, is he going to overthrow this thing? And it's like, because that's what I mean, the thing, I've been saying this for the last month, even before he was concussed, though. Like, Tua's always been the most accurate quarterback in the league. That's what he does. He just puts the ball where it needs to be. He's been all over the frickin' place, but you knew. Like, I was watching that game, and I'm like, is he okay? Because he was all over the place. And then you go back and you watch that game, like the all 22. Oh my God, that's scary. I think he might have to retire, man. Like,
he might.
He's been concussed. He's like Reggie Ray in Not Another Teen Movie. Every time he gets concussed, they like put it up on the like 3 in a season. There's nothing to even joke about. That's really scary.
That's all we know about.
I don't think he
concussions are diagnosed, but their head also gets knocked around way too much.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's taking.
This is such a. I think I do think like back. People are gonna look back like 1,000 years from now and be like, "What? How did they play this game?" Like we look at gladiators.
Yeah, like it's sad, dude, but like
wait. So these guys would play knowingly, and then 10 years after they retire, they couldn't walk, and their brain would melt.
Yeah. But
they'd be like, not only that, but 30 million people fucking sat down on Christmas Day to watch Denver and the Rams.
Yeah. And I know everybody always is like, oh, Teddy Bridgewater, Teddy covers, Teddy two gloves. I mean, we were even that guy, but like Teddy sucks. So I'm going to I know the Patriots are a mess, but I think the Patriots win this game by 10 points. Give me New England.
I'm going to take New England too, even though I am a Teddy guy. I always will.
I am too, but he's just not good.
Giants are 6-point favorites. This is a nooner against the Colts. Colts come in at 4-10-1. Giants 8-6-1. I am going to take the Giants here. Jeff Saturday has ruined it for all of us, people that think that we could just walk in and coach because he has played. I do think that at some point an NFL team should give a good Madden player a job and just see what happens, or a radio host or an ex-radio host or a podcast host that dabbles in national radio. Nobody will hire me in Milwaukee, but I'm good enough to be on 100 stations in the country. Figure that one out. But I would love to be. Actually, I haven't applied. I should double down on that. I haven't applied anywhere. People are always like up in my shit about why don't you? Hey, I'll do what I want to do here. Okay, I'm
yeah.
I don't. You're not my psychiatrist. You're not my dad running around trying to act like my dad DMing me. Hey, you want to quit this podcast? You should. Hey, I think that you're mean to other people because you're secretly depressed. I'll tell you who's fucking depressed. Me, because of people like you telling me I'm depressed. So get the fuck over it. I'm taking the fucking Giants by 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Giants actually too. Do we root against the Giants this week, or that don't really matter? It's pretty much the Commanders, right?
Well, they have to lose. The Giants could lose 2.
Ah, man, go Colts. Hey, in Jeff Saturday's defense, so like the clock manager, he sucks, but look what the fuck he's rolling out there every Sunday. Matt Ryan, Nick Foles, Ellinger. How are those your quarterbacks in the year 2022? I know Andrew Luck screwed them up. Like, what are the Colts?
I would have given Foles a shot. I would probably given the Foles. If I was Saturday, I would never have gone back to Matt Ryan. He is awful. I would have given Foles the first shot. See, is there any magic left? Then it doesn't work. Then I would go Sam Ellinger. And then I would just be like, fuck it. I'm never going to coach again. Zach Moss, you're running Wildcat all fucking game.
Yeah. I think that they should. I think, you know who's somebody that sucks instead of, if you don't love the quarterbacks in this draft, you know who I think could be good if you got him the hell out of Houston would be Davis Mills. I think Davis Mills, if you put him like on the Colts or on some of these teams, I think I watch him and I'm like, Davis Mills is pretty good.
But I think Davis Mills, like top tier, could be like his top is like Daniel Jones on a good month.
Well, right. I mean, but he's
not Patrick Mahomes.
But the Colts, like that division stinks. Like that's the thing with all that talent. They just need somebody to not throw 7 picks a game like Matt Ryan and Carson Wentz and Phillip Rivers. Anyway, yeah, I'm with you on this one though. Colts stink. I think the Giants roll.
More picks thanks to our friends at Golden Chicken and Hale's Corners. They've got delivery, they've got catering, they've got chicken that Ryan's just gonna. Here's what I'm gonna make the golden chicken smoothie and blend everything up and just chug it.
It's really good when you're hungover too.
The pizza, the fries.
Forget about the pizza. Now I'm starving. As soon as we actually wrap this up, I'm going to Crispy Waffle. I'm gonna drink some mimosas and have some beers. If you want to come meet me in Joliet,
I kind of do. I would hate when
beers on me here.
Like I'd work in the morning and then they'd be like, "Hey, you got to come back to the station at 6:00 for a meeting." It'd be like a 10-minute meeting, but we all need to be there. I'm like, I don't want to come back. He's like, well, we're getting golden chicken. I'd be like, oh, fucking I'll come right now. I mean, I'll help you pick it up. Shit, fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, here's how I advertise in 2022. Golden chicken, shit, fuck, yummy, fuck.
You should pick up some golden chicken, meet me in Joliet, and we'll watch the Minnesota game, which we're taping this right now. We'll watch the first bowl game today. We'll watch the Gophers. I'm going to bet the over, I think, just because why not?
Who do they?
Funny enough, I forgot already.
Yeah. All right. The here's a big one. The 6-9 Saints take on the 13-2 Eagles. Is Hurts in this game yet? Do we know?
No.
I'll still take 5.5 points.
I like the Saints here to cover.
I kind of want to take, but they're so bad, Ryan.
They are. I bet against them last week. They look great.
You take last week between the Saints and Browns.
They're not dead yet, though. Like Tampa.
Hey, who'd you take last week between the Saints and Browns? Because Grant he thought you'd take the Saints.
I should have. I took the Browns in that game. I bet the Browns pretty big. I thought they were going to win. I thought like Deshaun would start being Deshaun again here because I mean, terrible human, but great quarterback when he last played. And I was like, okay, everybody was like shitting on him, and I was like, he didn't forget how to quarterback. He just hasn't played football in 2 years. But dude, he may have forgot how to quarterback. He looks like crap. And Nick Chubb sucks now. What the hell's up with that?
Did you watch Grant's impression of you?
Yeah, I didn't think it was a very good one by either of you guys, but sorry for bringing the excitement to the show. So I talk fast.
Well, no, he said small penis. You say that all the time.
I love Grant. I get it. I think that I think he does a fine job. I got a kick out of it, but I think there's only.
I think we would go on some rant about how this is Andy Dalton's moment. I mean, people have been. Andy Dalton's actually the second best graded passer according to PFF in all of football. Andy Dalton, he's used to playing in Ohio, in Cincinnati,
Nice.
Yeah, he would take the Saints.
People count out Andy Dalton year after year. His hair is too red. His beard looks stupid. His penis is too small. Not this weekend. Andy Dalton's going to get it done against that sexual predator, that Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. Give me the Saints.
All right, so we were wrong. Darn.
No, that is a good impression. I think there's only one Horvation, but if anybody else could do a Horvation, I think Grant did a pretty good job. I think I'm a big fan of his too. I check out his work every once in a while. I think he's really good. Isn't
Grant's
he on the
very
same?
Good.
And I like how he like kind of isn't he on the same station as Michaels?
Yeah.
Does Bill ever see like when he like quote tweets him and stuff?
So when I host CBS Sports Radio now?
Because he reminds me a little bit of myself, because like that's the shit that I would do and somehow get away with it. Bill.
When I host on CBS, if there's not like a game or something, like if these I'm on in lacrosse, I'm on in Madison, and then I'm on in Green Bay, and those are all stations that earlier in the day have Bill on.
Yeah.
So at 6:00, I'll say, hey, and it's great to be joined by all our Wisconsin affiliates. Grant Bill's killing it in lacrosse, and most of these stations I'm on right now in Wisconsin, the titan of Wisconsin sports, Bill Michaels, we're holding down the midday. What a talent. I say that.
Good day to you. The Packers get it done.
Good
They win 27-13.
And welcome.
Bill, the Packers won 27-20. What's that? The Packers won 27-20. Here's what happened. Aaron Rodgers.
Where was Sammy Watkins in that game against the Dolphins? I got to see more from him.
And I'll tell you this. That game against the Dolphins, Sammy Watkins, I know he's not going to pop up in the box score, but man, was he blocking his ass off down the field. And Rashawn Gary, where the hell has Rashawn Gary been, right? All I'm hearing about is this guy's going to have double-digit sacks. Where the hell has Rashawn Gary been? What's that? Oh, he tore his ACL.
Bill always like dips into the waters. Like, here's an example of something Bill would do. And I
got a good one too. Okay, go.
Okay, I shouldn't even do that. He always like dips in. There's more he wants to say. He'd be like, oh, well, Mike McDaniel, everyone loves him. Hey, did you know he's part black? Anyway, what? Anyway.
No, and my favorite Bill moment, other than the time that he got struck by lightning and lived, because I mean he got struck by freaking lightning. I can't get over it, dude. But remember when I really loved Ja Morant and they played Marquette in the first round and he just torched him and he was talking about how much he loved watching Jay Morant. Jay Morant. Oh, I'm a huge fan of this guy. I've caught all the Murray State contests this year. Jay Moran. Oh, yeah? You're such a big fan. You don't know his goddamn name? All right.
Yeah, anyway. At that point, not a lot of people knew who Jay Morant was, but we didn't even know who Murray State was. Guy's trying to tell you that he's fucking watching ESPN3 and watching Jay Morant play.
And Ichiro, is he really a Hall of Famer? I mean, half of those heads did come in Japan.
Bill, if anyone likes to be a fire starter, I would love Bill to come on Infrastructure Week.
You should have Bill. I like Bill's take that David Ortiz doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame because all he did was hit.
Bill and I would do record numbers.
Yeah. They would love you in like Sturt event and shit too.
All right.
I don't want to rip on. I didn't mean that.
I'll probably.
I don't want Ron and Rome like coming after me because I offended.
No, he blocked me. He blocked me on Twitter, and then I text him, and then he blocked me on my phone.
I really like Ron. Actually, man, like I like him.
You don't like me anymore.
But he always made me like feel like crap. I would like complain on the show about having to take my kid to a birthday party, and he'd be like, "One day you're gonna die, and you're gonna miss this," or like, "One day your kids are gonna be old, and they'll never want to see you again." I'll be like,
he told me the week my podcast started, he said, you know, a lot of people like to follow your dreams. You don't have to. You can join the corporate world at any time. I mean, don't you tell people the other thing usually? Buccaneers host the Panthers.
You know, and that's the best part about this business is I actually I like the callers, you know? Like I liked KJ. I love KS.
I love the callers.
I love good old KS. He's my favorite. But you know who I miss every day a little bit more? I was a big fan of the grizzled one, man, who passed away, unfortunately. He loved
Frank.
us. Frank Harris. He used to call me. He used to just like call me. And he was like a big Stern and radio fan. And he was always very He was always a big fan of mine. Miss that guy though. I see him. He pops up on my Instagram every once in a while because he used to send me DMs. I don't delete them. Kind of like my grandma's phone number. You just keep it in there. Loved that guy though.
Yeah, it is fucked up. Like Santo and Rick and Frank. These guys,
Rick
sucks.
Rick, man. We never even got to take him to that Brewer game.
Fuck. No, and we were totally going to.
No, I mean you definitely were. Like that was.
I couldn't get out of it. I was gonna, yeah.
You were really looking.
There's only one way I didn't take him to that game. And
one more thing when we're walking down memory lane that I would always get a kick out of is when listeners wanted to hang out with Freems and he would tell them pretty much to go F themselves, like Tim Job. He'd be like, "Hey, we'll meet you guys. We're gonna go get beers." And Freems would be like, "Oh no, I got some shopping to do that day." That was a classic.
Yeah, but then I actually got beers with these people,
and Freems was like, no.
Then they turned on me.
Yeah, yeah, and they're like, "Where'd Chuck go?" Like we got rid of Chuck. Like we needed Chuck. We loved Chuck.
I have beers one day with Beer Count Kenny and Tim,
well,
and then they both bailed on me because I said wear a mask 4 times.
Yeah, I'm listening to the game.
Get over this.
Everybody's like, "Fucking Horvat, get rid of Horvat. He's the reason Chuck's not here." And I'm like, "I am fucking producing the show. I don't even make."
They thought I got him fired.
Yeah, but. I think Chuck still hates me. I don't know what the fuck I did. Anyway, let's pick the games.
Why are we doing this?
I don't know. I'm still like drunk from last night, so I'm just getting it all out.
Oh yeah, and I just don't care. I put in my podcast yesterday the video I did. You should go look at
gray hairs.
I'm so like damaged goods. I took a video before I did my interview at a financial institution, and I said, God, I just want this interview to be over. I don't want this fucking job. I tweeted it. You can see it. It's like Bart. Oh God, am I making the right decision? Maybe Ron and Rome is right. All right. Buccaneers, 3-point favorite against the Panthers. Something about just this Josh Norman story. I'm tired of thinking Brady's going to throw 5 touchdowns every week.
Same.
But this is the week he's going to do it. God. My head says Panthers, but me being a dumb fuck thinks the Buccaneers are going to win.
No, I think the Panthers are going to win this game. It's crazy, man. They're like one of the better defense. They're a top 10
So the Panthers and Jaguars are both going to make the playoffs a la 1995-6.
Shit. Where's Tim Biakabatuka these days?
Where's Kerry Collins and Mark Brunell?
Remember when Kerry Collins just got like shit-faced the night before the Super Bowl?
Remember how Jimmy Smith was one of the best receivers ever, but nobody ever remembers him?
I remember him.
I remember Larry.
I loved that. I loved that year because I was like a kid and I was like new blood finally here in the playoffs. And they had cool, like, let's be honest, I like the Jags and the Panthers because they had cool colors. I think Carolina wins this game. They trade away Christian McCaffrey. They're one of the better rushing offenses in the league. Sam Darnold, great grandson of Dick Hammer, playing like he's back at USC right now.
He was scoring with his legs.
I keep betting the Bucks every week. They'll go up 17-0 and they'll still shit they're bad. Brady sucks. I know people are
or it's 3-3 with a minute and a half to go and they win 17-3.
Rodgers is still a very good quarterback. Tom Brady is washed. He's cooked.
Brady's a lot closer to Russ Wilson than he is to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he sucks. And both of those guys suck. Give me Carolina. Give me Sam Darnold +3. And on the money line too. Fuck it.
I'm just gonna light money on fire and take the Buccaneers. Washington's a 2-point favorite against the Browns. If Washington loses this game, we'll know if the Packers control their own destiny by kickoff. However, I do think Washington will win this game.
I do too, unfortunately. They're favored in this game. I know everybody's like, Carson Wentz stinks, and he does. And his teammates, I don't think they're going to rally around him. But he's much better than Heineke. He can push the ball down the field. I think Washington, unfortunately, wins. And they're getting Chase Young back.
I don't have much more to say on that one.
No, I mean, go Browns, like Aaron Rodgers said.
You know what my son's really into right now, and I bring it up because I can hear him playing up there? Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man's good stuff.
My kid likes Spider-Man cartoon, which gets kids into it. And so now he's learning about Black Panther and Iron Man and Ms. Marvel, and because all of his little friends are in there. And John Stamos voices Iron Man in the cartoon.
Yeah, Uncle Jesse. I saw him drum with the Beach Boys with my grandparents.
Yeah, and so I
Aruba.
this is gonna get my kid into Marvel. I love it.
Yeah, Spider-Man. My kid has like a whole Spider-Man suit. Wait till he tries to climb the walls and shit. It's fun.
I'd love to share a picture of him, but
Don't do that.
I'm not doing that on social media. And also, he's unfortunately naked, so his little weenie's hanging there. But yesterday, he after the bath wore a towel with the Spider-Man head.
Yeah.
And he was just running around doing webs all naked and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was like the cutest thing ever. But
that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
That's the good stuff. I've just been hanging out. Like all my friends just had kids, so I'm just come home and just hang out with all my friends' kids, and then take their dads to the casino, and then their dads asked me to borrow like $700. That's been my vacation.
Texans Texans are 4-point underdogs at home against Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Does Jacksonville lose this game? It doesn't matter, really.
I bet this game because of that. I bet the Texans, and they've just been super competitive with this weird like 2 quarterback thing they're doing. I like Davis Mills. I don't think Davis Mills sucks like some do. The Texans keep trying. They keep competing. I think they'll cover again here. They might win this game actually.
I'm going to take them to cover the 4.
Yeah, me too.
The Raiders. Here's the thing: they're a 10-point underdog against the Niners. They will not cover. They suck. There's a lot of people talking about Devontae, and of course, when Devontae left, as soon as Devontae left, you understood he knew he shouldn't have left. He was trying to talk himself into his decision by talking through the media about how one Hall of Fame quarterback to another, and he didn't want to learn from he didn't want to catch balls from anybody that wasn't Aaron Rodgers. He's trying to talk himself up with Derek Carr. Devontae Adams knew he was making a wrong decision. I don't feel bad for him at all. And I think it's great to clown him. If you're a Packer fan and you're trying to be like, oh, Devontae was great for us, he was. But he left you, and he left for what he thought was greener pastures. We all knew it wasn't. He knew it wasn't. You can absolutely clown him. In fact, you're foolish if you don't. So I don't like Devontae. I love him, all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But you chose somebody else over us? Fucking
yeah.
Sleep in your own bed. I ain't feeling sorry for you.
No, I wanted them to be a complete disaster. I love Devontae, but I mean, they franchise tagged him. Packers never used the franchise tag. He wanted out. I do unfortunately think Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback of the Raiders, which I know will make some people happy, but I think they'll be pretty good too with Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball to Devontae. And I think Jordan Love will probably end up being pretty good. Breaking news. I think he'll end up being pretty good. And I do think that's how this ends, though. I don't think Rodgers is back next year. That's why I'm going to this game. That's why I always plan on going to this game. I think it's going to be his last home game at Lambeau Field. I just have this weird feeling that
I thought I went to Favre's last home game once in 2005.
I think I thought I went to Favre's last home game like 9 times, man. Seriously, with 3 different games.
Sean Alexander had 3 touchdowns in the game. The Packers are 4-12 that year.
That was one of the worst. Favre was so fucking bad. Rodgers, no matter what, will never be that year of Favre. God, he sucked. He sucked. You could tell he just didn't care.
They're 4-12.
See, I could always tell Rodgers cares. He cares a lot. It like eats away at him, but he just gets really pissy. I think Rodgers is with Devontae next year, though. Or, I don't know. Hopefully he's back in Green Bay. If he's not, I think they're going to move on from Jordan Love. Maybe Jordan Love's with Devontae. How bad would that? I don't think Devontae wanted to play with Jordan Love. Do you?
No, he basically said that, which is bullshit.
That's why
now he's going to play. Who's quarterback?
I think the Packers should get revenge if they're going to move Jordan Love. Move him to the Raiders.
Absolutely. Yeah, fuck you, Devontae.
Bring in Darren Waller.
So I got the Niners by 10.
I think I'm going to take the Raiders plus 10. I think they're going to keep this game competitive without the human turnover machine.
The Seahawks at home are underdogs to the Jets. Mike White moved this line like 5 points. That's garbage. I'm taking Seattle.
Same here. Mike White is
not that good. What are we doing?
No, it just shows how bad Zach Wilson sucks, dude. Like Sturdivant or whatever the hell. They brought in the guy that can't throw. I said, we were watching this game for the holidays, and everybody in my family's like, who the hell is this guy? It's like, you guys didn't watch the preseason? Remember, he went undefeated, and then he got sent to the practice squad. But the more I looked at him, I was like, this looks like a guy that like sells like Molly at a nightclub. He does not look like an NFL quarterback. And they were so happy you could see it when he came into that huddle. They hate Zach Wilson. He sucks.
Mike White's like the name when aliens come down and reassign names to the human race. They go, he can be Mike White.
Again, that's my take on the Jets. You got to get a quarterback with a quarterback name. Zach Wilson is the name of somebody that opens up for the Dave Matthews Band where you don't go in for their set. The Zach Wilson Band. The Mike White, he's the guy that makes White Lotus. Literally, he's a director and a writer, I think, for HBO. I think that the Jets. I like Seattle here to finally get themselves right. I think the Jets are in free fall right now.
Chargers and the Rams. Chargers at 6.5-point favorite. They play in the same building.
Rams look. I bet against the Rams with the Broncos. What a terrible.
I'd probably take the Rams here to cover.
Same. They played pretty damn good against Denver. They just. I kept saying, when's the week that Denver's defense just says fuck it and gives up, and I bet like $500 on them that week. Unfortunately, I think Baker's playing for his career. I mean, just to be a backup next year. So I'll take the Rams here too.
Sunday night, God, we love this matchup. Shoved down our throats, and they're like, "Hey, we'll give it to you one more time," even though the Steelers aren't really in. I would have rather seen I'd rather seen Buccaneers and Panthers get the night slot, but I don't want to see Tom Brady in prime time again.
Then he definitely lose though.
So it's Steelers and Ravens.
Yeah, I love the Steelers.
Ravens at home, 2.5-point favorite. Give me the Ravens.
No, I'm taking the Steelers here. I like the Steelers in this game. I worried about the Ravens a little bit. I want to see what they end up doing with Lamar. They might end up trading Lamar, as crazy as that sounds.
Well, who's going to start for them now in this game? Huntley again?
Huntley, I guess, yeah. He stinks.
Bengals and Bills. Bills are a 1-point favorite on the road.
They're waiting for this game.
Oh, this is going to be such a good game.
Yeah, I think the Bills are going to win, though. But Bengals are due for a slip-up. I think the Bills are just a sleeping giant, dude. I think they might. If we don't win the Super Bowl, I want it for them. I like the Bengals too, but I think Joe Burrow will win multiple rings. I think this is like the Bills' window. This team is so good, and I know that they lost Von Miller. We had a guy on from Buffalo, really good, their sideline reporter, and he said that he thinks there's an outside shot. Maybe Micah Hyde could return for the playoffs, which even if he's 60%, just the jolt that would bring to the locker room. I like Josh Allen a lot.
I do too.
He's not even throwing it. Everybody's, what the fuck's wrong with?
Remember when Rami Makloff argued that Derek Carr was better than Josh Allen?
Oh, let's tweet at him about that. You should tweet at him.
I'm gonna.
I'll like
it right now. Fucking loser.
I forgot about that. He did say that. Josh Allen is so hurt. He's so injured. He's not even like throwing footballs at practice, dude. He's I think the Bills win this game. I can't wait to watch it.
I can never remember how to spell Rami's last name.
M-A-K.
Yeah, I never remember if it's the K or the H.
Me either. Now that I think about it. Makloff. I think it's the K. Because not Mahakala. I don't know.
This was in January. Rami says, it's funny to me that people think Josh Allen winning a wild card game against a 6th seed is going to move him into my top 5. Why is the bar so low for this dude? And then Bill says, it's funny to me you had Derek Carr and Russ Wilson in front of him. Rami says, Derek Carr, we can have a debate. Russell Wilson has done things in this league individually and is a member of the team Josh Allen will only dream of.
Shut up. You got, oh, God, Rami.
I'm just going to retweet a bunch of Rami Josh Allen shit and ruin his day.
Josh Allen is awesome. Like, how do you, but like, that, I can see if you're, no, I can't. I don't know.
I still think Rami thinks Josh Allen is Josh Rosen.
Josh Allen is really fucking good, dude. Like, he's the leading, like, if they needed Josh Allen to go out there and catch touchdowns, he would. He does everything. I'm a fan.
Sam Schmitz has a gif of a girl crying when you produce for a man that would still take Derek Carr over Josh Allen. That was January.
You should just say, hey, Rami, would you still take Derek Carr over Josh Allen?
I'm just killing him.
Are you taking the Bills in this game or the Bengals?
Taking Buffalo.
Fuck yeah.
I still like Buffalo Dallas in the Super Bowl.
Dallas ain't going.
Do you agree that if you ask 95 people on the street that like football, or if you ask 195, will say the Niners are coming out of the NFC. People view the Niners and the Celtics the same way, where they want them to be good for some fucked up reason.
Yeah.
The Niners
I
are
agree.
the Celtics. People think they're like, it's like a pick that you can make that is not like you're acting smart, but you're also acting like you know something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how I feel. I think the Niners are gonna. I think they're gonna lose. I think they're gonna get beat wild card weekend.
All right, one more. Packers Vikings. You're
Big
going
game.
3.5-point favorite for the Packers.
Yeah, they're gonna win this game. They're gonna win this game pretty big. I think. I've been on fire with my predictions on these. I think Green Bay. I think they win. I think they win 32-21. I think Kirk Cousins throws 2 picks, one to Rasul Douglas, one to Adrian Amos is going to make a play, actually. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to throw for 300 yards for the first time since week 12 or whatever of last season. And I think they're going to beat the shit out of the Vikings. But what do the Vikings have to play for? Other than spoil the Packers' playoff dreams, then you don't have to see them down the road. I think the Packers are a good football. Like, I don't think they're a good football team, but as far as like the NFC is concerned,
Pete Bukowski says they have more assumed wins than the Vikings. Dude, did you see him getting fucking railroaded for that video?
Yeah, but he's right about that, man. He's
good. Pete, you can hate Pete or not. I don't. I like him.
Yeah.
But Pete knows how to get out there.
Yeah, you guys hate Aaron Rodgers for no reason, so that's my beef with.
Well, I hate him because he didn't get a COVID shot. That's what everyone thinks. I hate him because the Bucs had a playoff game and he's telling Schefter he wanted to get traded.
Rodgers has become like Favre towards like there's
every quality I dislike in a person Rodgers has.
There's some good, there's some great, there's some really ugly, there's some bad, but I like having Aaron Rodgers as the starting quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. And I think he throws 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 315 yards. And he runs off the field and gives one of these for the last time at Lambeau Field.
I won't say that part. And
then I think you guys are all going to be like, oh, man, we didn't appreciate Aaron Rodgers. Can't believe we're fucking 4-13 again. And Jordan Love's not even our quarterback.
No, we're not. I hate how everyone thinks that when Rodgers is gone, it's going to be 20 years of bad quarterback play. Everyone says 20 years. Where the fuck are you getting that number from? We might have a shitty quarterback, and then we'll find another good one.
You're not going to find. They're not going to find the next Aaron Rodgers, though.
Yeah, they got Jordan Love. I believe in Jordan Love now.
Well,
that was a terrible pick, still, but I believe in him. One more thing I wanted to say.
Are you picking the Vikings?
Well, listen to this. I publicly rooted against the Packers against the Cowboys and against the Dolphins, and they won both those games. So should I root against the Packers now so they win? I feel like – no, I think the Packers will win. I think the Packers will win, but they are not getting in the playoffs. I think Washington does.
Do you think I should wear this hat?
Yeah.
My mom bought me a bunch of Packers stuff for Christmas, apparently. Like, where did she find, do you think, this Randall Cobb fucking T-shirt? It's like Randall Cobb, just a shirt of Randall Cobb. Like, why did I love my mom, but
I saw this shirt.
Why did I
at Antiques on Pierce in Milwaukee yesterday?
Yeah.
And it had a picture of Kobe walking off a basketball court and assumingly like into heaven.
Kobe Fleener? Oh, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Fleener. And it said 1978 to 2020, and on the shirt it said Mamba out.
Did you buy it?
Who makes that shirt?
I don't know.
Should I have bought it? I can't wear that.
No, I don't think you should have bought it.
I'm gonna eat some nuts. I'm hungry.
All right, I'm going to go to Crispy Waffle. If anybody's in the Joliet area, mimosa's on me. I'm going to do some fried chicken and some waffles. And then I'm going to watch some bowl games. Maybe I'll see you this weekend. I'll be up there. Go, Pack, go. Packers, remember, 37-21. And
Rodgers' last game, you think?
Rodgers' last game at Lambeau Field before being traded to the Las Vegas Raiders to go reunite with Devontae Adams.
All right, smooches, buddy. Thank you. Happy Christmas.
Peace.
Ryan Horvat.
See you, dude.
Bye, buddy. What a guy. Let's get one more Carl's Place voicemail. This is from Vincent.
Hey, what's up, Bart? It's me, Vincent from Anaheim. What's up, man? Or Vincent in Anaheim, one of the two. Hey, man, I want to say shout out. I barely got done with December 23rd episode. So I'm a couple days behind, like always. You know how that is. Hey, the Green Bay Packers slander, quote unquote. I mean, I get it. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, being a fan, so I ain't tripping. But fuck all the Packer haters out there. You know, even the ones who are Packer fans, and I get it. You know, you just keeping it real. You're saying, fuck the Packers. They're going to lose. They're losers. They're going to lose. But at the end of the day, for me and my Packer fandom, I'm going to ride till the wheels fall off. That's how I treat all my teams that I root for. I do root for multiple teams. But so I'm taking it a day, one game, 1 week at a time. All I say is I do tell people, people at work, I say, hey, man, there's always hope. Packers going to win that Super Bowl, put all them haters, all the Aaron Rodgers hate. If that motherfucker wins the Super Bowl this year, that's a big if, I get it. All that fucking hate, you got to swallow that shit because he gave you what y'all motherfuckers wanted, a second Super Bowl in his tenure as quarterback. You know what I mean? But I get it, man. Aaron Rodgers off the field, I get it. People's opinions is your opinion. You can be annoying as fuck, especially if you are all ingrained in that whole sports Twitter world and shit like that. But at the end of the day, man, get it done on the field. I ain't tripping off you. But hey, baseball wise, man, no salary cap. I look it. I root for the Anaheim Angels. I root for the San Francisco Giants, and I'm down with the Brew Crew. I've been a Brewers fan since 2015, since they fired Ron Renneke and hired Craig Counsell, and that's because of Tim Allen and the post-game show, all right? But look, man, I don't think it's even salary cap. I get why it's unfair. Believe me, as an Angel fan, look, take it this way. Even without salary cap, the Angels spend money, but they still haven't won nothing. And I've been a fan of the Angels since I was a kid. I mean, we won one in 2002. But I was still barely in high school, so I wasn't into sports like as much as I'm into it now. So 2002 is bittersweet because my Giants and the Angels went at it. So like whoever wins, wins. But my Angels got it done, so that's what we hold our hat on at 2002 World Series championship. So you know what I mean? But look, man, we got the best player in baseball. The Angels do. They paid for Ohtani. They paid for Rendon. He got hurt. Pitching's not that great. You know what I mean? So it's not always the money. I get it. If you had more money and Attanasio would stop buying damn ticket stubs and soccer teams and put some more money in the Brewers and go all out. I get why you're all frustrated, but me too, I was frustrated as fans to the point that the Brewers didn't make the playoffs. But we'll see what happens, man.
And then he got cut off. You get 3 minutes on the voicemail. 402-915-BART, but good to hear from Vincent as well. All right, so it should be a fun weekend. Packers-Vikings, the marquee matchup, 325. I will have a post-game show on YouTube after that one, and then we'll get back into a regular schedule again next week with Paul Immig, and I'll track down some guests and some more Bucks lives and stuff, so we'll do all that. I hope you're having a good holiday week. Happy New Year, and go Pack Go. Talk to you after Packers and Vikings.